You think when someone dies, it's finished. You shovel dirt over a body, pat the soil flat, and think you have tucked it neatly into silence. But I know better. Death isn't silence, death is echoes. It whispers, it drips, it scratches, and sometimes, if you have been very bad, it finds a signal strong enough to text you. Let me tell you about him, one of yours, one who thought he could hide a sin in the dirt. It started with his confession, not to the police, not to a priest, to me. He sat in his car that night, hands shaking on the steering wheel, whispering his sin into the darkness. His voice cracked when he said the words,
I killed her. I killed her.
I could smell the fear leaking out of his pores. He told me how he did it, how her eyes bulged and how her fingernails clawed at his wrist until they snapped. He remembered her last sound, not a scream, but a wet, choking rattle. Then silence, heavy, final. He buried her deep in the woods, shovel slicing through wet soil, covering her face, her chest, her legs, until nothing remained but the trembling earth. He stood over it, panting, telling himself it was over. But it wasn't. That was just the beginning. The first message came at 2:44 a.m. A vibration on the nightstand. He thought it was a spam, but when he picked up the phone, his stomach turned.
It's cold down here.
No name, no contact photo, just her number. The very number he deleted hours earlier. He stared at it until tears blurred the screen. He tried to laugh, called it a prank, but the shaking in his fingers betrayed him. His thumb hovered over delete. He didn't press it because some part of him knew. The next night, another message.
You covered my face. I cannot breathe.
He dropped the phone, gagging. He remembered that detail. He remembered the way her head had tilted in the dirt, lips twisted open, half a cheek still visible when he shoveled the last layer. Nobody should know that. Nobody but him and her. And she was supposed to be dead. He stopped sleeping. Shadows bled into the corners of his vision. He kept the phone on silent, face down, but he could feel it vibrating, buzzing against the table like a pulse. When he finally checked again, there were photos waiting. Grainy, black, soil, a pale hand breaking through it, fingernails torn, knuckles bent wrong. Another photo, his living room, empty, but the TV remote was on the floor. Then his bathroom mirror, foggy, a shadow behind him. And then, oh, the delicious part, a photo of him asleep in bed taken from the foot of it. That's when he started screaming at night. Not nightmares, visitations. He swore he heard her dragging footsteps down the hall, dirt sprinkling across the tiles, her voice whispering through the vents, and the text grew hungrier.
Your turn to chalk. Your skin will fit me better.
Then the worms began. Oh, I almost forgot about those. He would wake up clawing at his own arms, convinced something was crawling under the skin. His veins swelled like writhing lines, as though fat white shapes were tunneling beneath. When he pressed his nails down, the bulge moved. One night, he cut his arm open, frantic, desperate. Nothing spilled but blood. By now, he was hollowed, starving, shaking, staring at his buzzing phone every hour. He told himself if he ignored it, it would stop. But the dead don't stop. They get closer. The last text was short.
Come lie with me.
It came with the location pin, the exact spot in the woods where he buried her. He drove out there at 3 a.m., eyes sunken, lips muttering apologies to no one. He dug with his bare hands, dirt grinding beneath his nails, sobbing into the soil. When he reached the grave, his chest collapsed. The body was gone. And then she rose. Her face broke through the soil, half collapsed, swollen and dripping with rot. One eye dangled loose against her cheek, and the other crawling with worms. Her lips were shredded, gums bare, teeth clicking as if she were trying to chew through the silence. Her hair, matted with dirt and insects, clung to her grey skin. She stared at him with the dead, ruptured eye and smiled. Before he could run, she lunged. Her hands, mud-caked and clawing, shoved him hard into the hollow earth. He screamed, but no sound left his throat. Her weight crushed his chest. He kicked, scratched, begged. She didn't care. Fistful by fistful, she dragged wet soil over his body, onto his legs, his stomach, his chest, until only his head remained, gasping. She leaned close, worms slipping from her teeth into his mouth as she whispered into him with a voice of earth and rot.
Your turn.
The last thing he saw was her shattered face, grinning wide as she covered his mouth and eyes with dirt. The forest was silent again by dawn. His car abandoned, engine running, the driver's seat empty. The police found his phone inside, screen open.